A perfect example of why you can never trust the mainstream narrative, because they show you their card while they know damn well that this is not their card. They'll show us the ace of diamonds when they know damn well that they're holding the king of clubs. And that's why I do not trust the mainstream narrative. What you gotta understand is that everything that we see on TV is an illusion. Everything. The politics that we're seeing, this big show, obviously it's a show, it's theater, and it's a bad show because the acting is terrible, I gotta say. But all of this is theater. We have to start to understand that. They have been lying to us about everything for a long, long time. And it can be provable if you do the work and the research. For example, the North Star, it has been in the sky in the same position for, as far as we know, forever. And some people will tell you, oh, it's moved. It wasn't always the North Star. Polaris was never always the North Star. It's changed. That you can't prove that, period. There's no way you can prove that. The North Star was mapped thousands of years ago, okay? Ptolemy, who everyone loves to talk about, Ptolemy, who mapped the North Star. This is the guy that discovered the North Star, okay? And mapped it. Now, he actually did not believe the Earth was spinning. He believed the Earth was still. It was still. His shape of the Earth was a little weird, but he did believe that the Earth was actually still, and he understood that the heavenly bodies above spun around us. Now, how do we know this is possible? Because of the way that it works. I mean, the way that everything perfectly has been just circling around us for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And how can we prove that? Because we have the constellations drawn in cathedrals that are 1,000 years old. We have them drawn in cave drawings, in pyramid drawings, all of the constellations, in order too, mind you. Now, people love to say, oh, well, you love to pretend that, but then what about the southern hemisphere? They have a totally different set of constellations. They don't. They see the same exact constellations. They just don't see the northern hemisphere ones because of the size of the world and our vision. It's all tricks on vision. Once you understand it's all tricks on your vision, they've literally tricked us because we have limited vision. And they've managed to do illusions like the one I just did to you. So it's trickery, okay? It's a David Copperfield trick. Start to understand how tricks work, how mentalism works. What you see becomes your reality. If they can show you something, that becomes your reality. They have been fooling you for a long time, all right? When I was a kid, I wanted to learn tricks, card tricks, and just all the tricks. How do people do this? How do people do that? I love learning. I question everything. I grew up in a family that went to church. My grandmother believed in Jesus. She prayed in front of everything. I went through all that. I went to Catholic school for 9 years, all right? I've learned a lot. But when you put that aside and you do real research and learn the etymology of words and where everything comes from, and you realize that we have been tricked on every single level you can possibly imagine, and that they've been talking about a Christ, a Messiah, dying on a cross for thousands and thousands of years before Jesus was ever even an idea. Thousands of years, because it happens in the sky. All of this stuff happens in the sky. The sun of God, it does die in the sky. December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That's what a winter solstice is. The sun stops moving when it sets for 3 days. The ancient people thought it died. Where does this happen? On the southern crux, the 4 stars that form a cross, a southern cross in the sky. So please stop listening to people that have no idea what they are talking about. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. If they say, oh, the star constellations are different in the southern hemisphere, they're totally different. No, they're not. They're just limited to what they're able to see. But they're exactly the same constellations that we see here. They're the same stars that have been circling around us forever. If we were endlessly spiraling through the galaxy endlessly. 500, spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, going 66,700 miles an hour now because it was 66,600, but the 666 is they have to get rid of it because it's ridiculous. They have over 33,666 things NASA has in their thing. Look at that. I mean, it never ends with them and their nonsense because they encode all of this stuff in there so that people that know how to code, the Masons and the people that the higher echelons of society, the people that join the clubs and all the elite members, so they learn. That's what they teach them. They learn how to do this stuff, how to encode things so they can learn what is true and what is bull. So start to learn instead of being just ignorant and, oh no, he's wrong. Oh no, you have no idea what he's talking about. I'm sorry, please start to do your research because we have been manipulated and fooled and all by magic tricks, all right? Simple magic tricks, like legitimately David Copperfield, David Blaine, some straight up magic tricks, okay? That is what has been fooling us and tricking us forever. They've been showing us the Ace of Spades while the whole entire time they know they're holding the King of Diamonds. They know they are. It's an illusion. It's a trick. Learn the trick. I love you all, and of course this is for your entertainment only.